Hello, everybody. Uh, Happy Friday. It is Friday. It is lunchtime here in Central Time Zone. It's a little after lunchtime on the East Coast. And let's see, where's my comments here? Let's get that. And let's get back to a solo shot here. All right. I hope you guys brought popcorn and hot chocolate or coffee or lunch. I have my coffee and a bowl of grapes and blueberries. Yes, I'm gonna be rude and eat a grape right now. See, we got a few people on. Thank you guys for tuning in. Rosie, Vince, Sabrina, CNTMP, Center Peoples, and Contemplate. Okay, maybe on YouTube. Let's see what we got. Anne in Belgium. All right. Elizabeth in LA. Hi, Elizabeth. Clarice in France. Michael Gregg in New Mexico. Vince in New Jersey. Muddy Pigs in New Mexico. Eric Riley in Arizona. All right. Can I boost my? I can get closer to it. It's pretty loud, actually. I'm just take me a minute to get up there. Hello, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing, and I also don't want to get feedback, and I don't have headphones in. Hi, Carla. Oh, see, there's feedback. Jeff Eason. All right, so quickly, I'm trying to work on it. Hopefully, it'll happen. But every year at this time, I'm usually in Anaheim for the NAMM show. I've been going there since the last year of high school. We've been doing for a while now a show at the Marriott lobby, and it's jam-packed with people. And I have all kinds of cool guests. And Jeff Eason and Charlie Lorme are the rhythm section that always plays with me. And we have some other people sit in, but those are the staple of it. And so tonight, if I can get it all together, the technology-wise, we're going to do a show. Right now, it's only 3 songs. But if technically it gets better, then it'll be 5 songs, 6. I can't remember what the final is, Jeff. But actually, right now it's only 2 songs, 2.5 songs. Don't ask why. It's just technically an issue. I'm waiting for another file to be sent to me. So today is all about so tonight would be. 9 o'clock Eastern time would be a show like the Marriott show, but without guests. I don't have any guests yet. Maybe we can get some guests to call in. And that would be 9 o'clock. Tomorrow is a Nags party, like I would do at the NAMM show. It's just, and Jeff's a Nags artist also. He's got a Nags 5-string bass. And, hi, Lynn Marie. So I have lots of guests for that. Lots and lots of guests for tomorrow night. If I tried to combine the 2 shows, it would be a disaster. It would technically wise, it would be a disaster, and this time wise, it would be a disaster. So there's 2 separate shows right now. So anyway, today is all about tech. So tonight will be shows. If you want to hear songs, a lot of songs and playing and stuff, that's tonight. If you want to talk about technology, guitar tones, techniques, electric, acoustic, fractal, eventide. I have so right now I'm playing through my main live rig, which is an FM3 and by Fractal Audio, and H9 by Eventide, and the MIDI mouse is hooked up right now, but I was using that to switch presets. But I also have over here, I've moved the Air Step by Exonic and the Fractal expression pedal for wah. That's why I had to turn in order to do the wah a little while ago. So I'll show you that. So maybe I will, if I do another song with that, I will move the wah over here. And I also have hooked up my AXFX 3, which is right here. Well, it's in a rack, I should say. The AXFX 3 is, see if I can do this. Look at that. Who needs a team of highly skilled professional camera, director, crew people? I do. Anyway, so I'll try not to mess up too much and try and have fun with it. I always have fun with it. So all right, first question, Devin, what amp model do I use? Well, for clean tones, it's one. Actually, so when I play live, I only use maybe 4 amps, and most of the times it's 2 amps. Let's get a picture-in-picture going on here. Is that it? I mean, whoops, don't spill the coffee. Move this out of the way. That's the chat. That's you guys right there. I just moved. Whoop. That's it. There you go. So most of the time for clean, let me pick a different preset for clean. For most of the time for clean, it is the, let's see, it's either the Tremolux. Oh, that's a bad example. I'll get to that later. Let's find a good clean sound. It's either the Tremolux or, well, this is the Lux Vibrato. And for dirty, I use the 1987X Jump Flex. That also has a, well, I should turn that down. So here's that again without the microphone on. So let me show you what that sounds like without the boost pedal on. So I have actually a tube driver on right there, and I'll kill the delay. Let me give you another example of that. Let's see. All right. Here's the bath. And so my rhythm tone is actually without a drive in front of it. It's the Plexi, and the reason I do this, those are my main amps, the Plexi and the Tremolux actually. Over there is a Plexi and a Tremolux. So I'm gonna go with what I know. Actually, you didn't see that, did you? Oh, there it is. Here we go. So over there is a plexi and a Drumlux, and I can't get a good. There it is. You can kind of see it. Yeah, there you go. So the plexi without any drive, with any boost in it. And with the overdrive boost. And I want to say one more thing. Let me put this back the way it was. So some of the songs, I'm still using the jump plexi as a for all the amp sounds. So in this song in particular, for clean sound. So I just turned my volume down just 2 notches, and switch to back pickup here, or the in between position. And if you notice what happens with the plexi, there's 2 knobs right here, and they're controlled by scene controllers. So when I watch, it's the same amp, so when I switch to the lead sound, you see those knobs are at 3 and 3. When I switch to the lead sound, they jump to 7 and 6. I'm also changing my pickup when I do that. So this song starts out with like and goes into I can't remember my song. And then it goes into the melody and the little solo. And it's the same amp the whole time. So there's no gap at all when I change that. Let's see what else. Do I have favorite strings? I have been using the Dario strings since the mid 80s. And I became a D'Addario artist in the mid 90s, and I've been using those forever. 9s on Strat scale guitars, or Fender scale guitars, and 10s on Gibson scale guitars. I tried 10s on everything for a while, and 11s or for some things, but I've been playing for a long time, so my hands are like, yo, ease up. So it'll be 9s and 10s for me. Yeah, the sync controllers work really well. You can take it works better on an amp that pushes well with overdrive. So if you take any of the old Fenders, you can get that nice clean sound, and then you can and push those and get a really edge of breakup to crunchy rhythm sound, and then you can hit it with an overdrive, and you have a good lead tone. Yeah. I want to show you this rig on the on the Acoustic 3. So I'm going to unplug this cable, and I'm going to plug in this cable. And I'm going to switch the windows. Yep, wrong window. Yep, there we go. All right, so this rig is much louder than the other one. And it sounds like the wah's on. Here we go. So this is actually modeling set up the way I used to have my rig set up in the 90s, the late 90s. And so it's 2 amps. You can't do that on the FM3. I don't feel I need to do it, but I thought it was fun to do it in this one. And then when you take it to, let's wait, here's the plexi chunk. So this is the same, this is two plexis. This is one, the 197X, 87X jump plexi, and then a 100 watt 1971. So the two together. For me, I'll actually do that. I should do that without have my foot on the pedal here. Hold and with a little bit more gain on. It's fun. You should check it out. Try 2 amps, but they're panned. If you notice, see, they're panned. Everything in this row is panned to the right, including the delays, 2 separate delays, and everything in this row is panned to the left up here. 2 separate cabinets, and you can get a nice, different kind of stereo on this. The chorus is actually panned too. So I have one of those, the first Boss choruses, the chorus ensemble, a big gray metal, don't hit anybody or drop it on your foot kind of box. And it's a mono chorus, and it sounds amazing. It's stereo chorus, but what it does is the chorus is on one side and it's dry on the other side. I should put it that way. I think it's called a stereo chorus, but it's not really stereo. It's something. Here is that in the vibrato mode. So these clean sounds are the tremolux. They're both tremolux, and I did change the settings just a little bit because if you've ever had two of the same tube amp and tried to play in stereo, you realize that they're actually not exactly the same. They drift. There's something different about them. So the settings aren't exactly the same. I changed a couple little things here and there just so that they're randomly different. Let's see. Is there a way we can download the presets and the presets from yesterday's? Well, some of these presets are going to Fractal later on today. They asked me to make some presets. I made some a while ago, but then there's been a bunch of updates to both the Axfix 3 and the FM3. So I plan on sending them some presets later today and videos for them. So I can definitely give you the presets. My presets don't always work for everybody. In the past, I've given presets out to people, and then it's a week of like, hey, this doesn't sound right. I go, sure, it's the same preset. Different guitar, different mindset, different songs that I'm playing to and stuff. But I am going to give some presets to Fractal later today. Let's see, what else is there? A plus and thanks. The Plexi drive down is great. Okay, cool. Michael Gregg, hey. My Sat Track, yes, the Sat Track is still in the bridge. This is the neck pickup of my Sat Track in the bridge. Actually, I meant to share this to the Fractal page. Has anybody done that? Or should I? Let me see. Oh, here we go. Keep the questions coming. All right, Facebook. Let's not cause a feedback loop. Facebook is all good until there's a loop. Feedback is all good until there's a loop. I should say that, not Facebook. Feedback. Okay. I am. Here we go. I am officially sharing this to some of the fractal groups. More options. Group. FM3. XFX3. FM3 audio. I know there's questions coming up. I can't see them yet. Okay, cool. All right. Yes, so many variables. Well, that's why I limit it. So I rarely touch any of the advanced settings in the amps. Actually, I don't touch any advanced settings in the amp or the drive pedals. There's so many amps in here, and they're all derivatives of pretty much probably 4 amps. They're either Fender, Bluesbreaker, or Tweed, or Marshall, in which the Marshall I think is a derivative of some of the Fender stuff. So if you can't, I mean, I feel if I can't get what I want, then from that amp, then I'm using the wrong amp. So like I said, I go with the amps that I know best first for live. So I have a 73 Plexi over here and a 64 Tremolux over here as well. I also have my 2 favorite little amps, combo amps, are Pro Juniors, which are based off the Tweed circuit, Tweed from the 50s, I believe. Supro, I have a little Supro, so I know that amp. I've used some other amps. I used Ivy Stone Boogies, and for recording, I use a bunch of different amps. But for live, I stick with what I know, and I stick with usually those 2 amps and the same cabinet as well. Do I use do I sue the Eventide Rose? Do I use the Eventide? Excuse me. I have a draw over here for recording. The Eventide Rose is really cool pedal, and I don't have it on my pedal board because I travel light. But I do have it in a little side drawer over here that's wired into a loop of the XFX3, which is to my left here, with the rest of my recording studio stuff. And there's plug it. I have 2 pedals that I don't take out. I have this pedal that Robert Keeley gave me down at a Florida Keeley meet, and it's like a fuzz boost. I forgot what it's actually called. Geranium fuzz. This is a killer pedal, and it's signed and I have number 21, so that's cool. And then I'm never gonna be able to plug these back in, right? And then I have the Rose, which is like for inspiration, for on the spot, just tweaking some knobs for recording, for coming up with things. It's really cool, and then I figure out how to recreate it later on. Yep, I'm never gonna put it back in. It's a tight draw, and I just messed it up. Where do I usually put the effects loop in the FM3? It's not always in the same spot. Let me get back to the FM3. All right, so this is, nope, I want to replace this. Okay, so now you have, this is the, see if you can see where it says, yeah, let's do this. You can see where the loop is here. The loop in the fractal boxes are different outputs and inputs. So here's my signal path. This is in parallel. This is in parallel. Everything's in stereo. It goes out of the send here. It comes back here. Then it goes out of the effect send, which is output 2, and then goes into the eventide H9, and then back into, and then out. So right here it's last. In this preset, it's last. And it is, I can't tell what the, but let me show you a different preset where it's at. Let's see. Nope. It's not on every preset also. So here is a song called Family Angel, and I start the song on acoustic, and then I switch to electric. So these amps are bypassed, and this is set up for acoustic. Sits up there. And in parallel, so this is a reverb, most likely. In parallel to the delay and the signal, it's is the H9 right here. So it's not last, or it is, or it's kind of co-last with the delay. Then on a preset like, trying to find one where I know it's different. Here you go. This is all kinds of reverse delay, and it's in series now, and you have to adjust the preset that you're using. So the presets where it's in parallel have kill dry on them. The presets where it's stereo, where it's series, do not have the kill dry in the path. So this one is before my drive and my amp. And I also do that when I have it used as a phaser or some of the modulation effects that I want in front. I'm going to attempt to get up and get a different iPad, an older iPad that actually has the H9 software in there. Forget about doing that. So you can see the actual H9 effects. Hey, Puddin Ninja. Hey. You want to hear Cosmic Tears? I can do that in a minute. Dotted eighth notes for life. Absolutely. Every one of my presets pretty much has a scene that has dotted eighth notes set up for it. So, here's Cosmic Tears. I got to get amps, rigs. So I have a couple. I have presets set up in case I just take the FM3, and then I have presets set up where I take the FM3 and the H9, and I have presets set up where if I take the FM3, H9, and a bunch of drive pedals. There's 500 empty slots, 500 slots there, and you can always re-download the factory presets if you want. So, and I also have presets set up with no amp sims in case I'm someplace and I'm jamming and I have to plug directly into like a couple of amps, and there's no effects loop on the amp, so it's just like having a bunch of pedals, like a pedal board. So back to, where was the H9 preset? I don't know if this is updated. Oh, here we go. Let's see if it's updated. So. grab some popcorn and coffee, and I'm going to just run over there and grab a different iPad so you can see what's happening on the H9. All right. If you guys ever update your your iPads and iPhones, keep the old ones because they come in handy for so many things. So many things. Actually, when I do my show, so I do a show, for some of you who don't know, I do two weekly shows, an electric live stream on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock and an acoustic live stream on Sunday nights. And Sunday nights are done in this spot, and I just need one iPad and sometimes 2 or 3 iPhones. Keep your old iPhones too; they work as cameras. And then everything else is done on the computer here. But on Tuesday nights, I need 3 iPads because it's on the other side of the studio. I need 3 iPads and 3 phones, and it's pretty funny. It's comical. No, you are not hearing the same tones. Here, I'll show you. No, I can't show you. Yes, I can show you. The reverb is on my mic, just on my mic. So this is my interface here, and oops, oh the what are they? No. Oh yeah, there's a tiny bit. That's from a Tuesday Night Live. There you go. Bone dry. They'll be bone dry now. But I have a lot more going to the microphone. Okay, there you go. Jane, you worked for Apple a couple years. Cool. Actually, Jamie, recently I've run into a couple of people that have used used old iPads for some really interesting things, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I gotta do that. But I'm using everything. I'm on Tuesday nights. I'm using everything I got that can transmit. Actually, I do have an old MacBook Pro that I'm not using for. I'll find a way to use it somehow. I can use that for. No, I'm using one for comments, right? Let's see. Poo Ninja Stereo Stream. I'm not watching live on Facebook and YouTube. Are you hearing the delays bounce back and forth? I hope you guys are. Sabrina's watching from 3 iPads and a phone. That's probably, none of them are in sync. When you're watching it like that, none of them are in sync. That would drive me nuts. It's just funny to see you. Oh, cool. I try. Thank you. All right, so I'll attempt to do. I will attempt to do. I'm going to attempt to do Cosmic Tears, but let's see if I can connect to this my H9 as well. So I need to share this screen, share this device, share this screen. Okay. And then, ooh, that's not a good sound. Oh, as soon as I did that, I got a weird ground problem. That is interesting. A little bizarre sound. Okay. Connecting to my H9. It's connected. Here we go. Look for it over here. And I don't see it. Add source. Nope. Did it show up just now? Nope. One more time. Share this device. Share screen. Start cast. Display on iPad. Okay, so I don't know if yeah, there you go. So there's the rotary cabinet. That's the rotary cabinet, and then if I go back to scene 4, which is my intro scene, which is reverse, there's a weird, something's picking up a weird machine gun sound, motor sound. Yeah, I'm not sure what that motor sound is. It happened as soon as I connected to the H9. Interesting. No, I'm not USB to it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get because I never play live connected to it like that. So, so I'm not gonna. You know what it's like trying to track down a ground problem. We'd be here for a couple of days. It goes in and out. So I'll show you some of the sounds. So this is the, let's see. I can't do three pictures, right? There's no three pictures. So I'll try and switch in the middle. Remember, the guitar playing is going to suffer because of this, but here is the H9, and you can see me play, I guess. Or we can just, I can make so you just see the H9 and the FM3. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, it's the Bluetooth. Yeah, that makes sense, Evan. The Bluetooth radio inside the H9, probably. Or it could be just for the iPad. Could be. I'm going to give you the the FM3 and the, oops. There we go. So now you can see what's happening. All right, so here's a little bit of, we'll see how deep I get into it here. Cosmic Tears. Interesting, the noise. So, and ends up on the hall reverb. So I use the rotary, the delay, another delay as well in the middle, and then the hall reverb. All right, let me see where we're at comment-wise. I lost track of the comments here. Comments are, there we are. I think I need more than 3 screens, huh? Vince, you're excessively nerding out watching the settings change. Cool. Yeah, I love reverse delay. I absolutely love reverse delay. And I always hated having a delay on a pedal board just for that, and I couldn't do anything else. And then you get some stuff with presets, which is awesome. Welcome, David. You can rewind it and watch it afterwards. I'm gonna wrap up in a little bit. I think we had some fun. So if you guys have more questions, tech questions, let me know. Paul, run my sound for Tuesday Night Live show. Yes, except I'm on the other side of the studio over there. So my actually, I just did a video. I'm gonna post that later. I go from that rig into my Apollo over here. I go from that rig into the Apollo, and the microphone goes into a Neve mic pre, which is a little more elaborate for a microphone, SM7 for someone who's not singing, but that's what I have available. And then an 1176 compressor, and then to another channel of the Apollo, and then tracks go. I can't if I play the tracks from the computer, I can't stop and start them easily. So I have another iPad that just for tracks, and that goes into another 2 channels on the Apollo. It's that way I can control everything from over there. Yes, that's how I do it. And then on Sunday nights I do it from this position, and I don't need as many devices because it's just me playing acoustic into the Apollo, the Axfex 3, not the FM3 in the Eventide. So Sunday nights are just acoustic over here. Hope that answers your question without getting too complicated. MJ, welcome. Thank you, Steve Bello. Do I use an expression pedal with the H9 or just switch via the FM3? I just switched via the FM3. So with MIDI scenes, with the FM3, I have 8 scenes per preset. So I use 1 preset per song. Let's see. Let's go to this. I use 1 preset per song and 8 scenes. So that's not a good preset to do. Is this one out? Yeah. All right. So this little button over here is a MIDI program. This sends a MIDI program change. So on this scene, I'm sending program change number 51 to it, which is a hall reverb. It's a hall. Um, and is on top of that's on top of the Plex delay and my regular delay. When I go to another setting, it might switch. Does it switch? Does it switch? No, it does not switch. Anyway, you can have a different preset. I guess I'm using the hall throughout the whole thing. You can use a different preset on the H9 per every scene, which is awesome. So, like on Cosmic Tears, the other Cosmic Tears, where is it? Here it goes. I should have done this from the beginning. So it's on 56, which is a so on scene 4, it's on preset number 56 on the H9, and on scene 1, it's 87. Scene 2, it's 51. Is that noise again? Kill that. So there's a reverse delay. Then it's the hall reverb. Then it's the hall reverb again. Rotary. If it seems surprised, I do back to the hall. I program these, and then hopefully I don't have to think about them anymore. I just remember which button to press. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I bet Facebook is busy. Paul, where does my monitor sound come from? Right now, I'm listening back through I have a couple of Genelec speakers and a sub underneath, so I'm listening to that. When I play on Tuesday nights, actually, when I do my live shows, I use a set of in-ears. On Tuesdays, I listen to it over there so I can crank it as loud as I want or low as I want. So I have my little in-ears in. A lot of times you'll see me on a Tuesday night, and I'm constantly going like this because if I move and it moves a little bit, it changes the sound. And then on Sunday nights, I use the in-ears because I don't usually use an SM7. I use this cool Townsend Labs mic in case I want to play some of my natural sounding acoustic guitars. This will sound better for miking in the room miking the acoustic guitars, but it will feed back if I have the speakers on. So I do things a little differently. Yeah. I also have a couple of little speakers in the room that I could turn on sometimes, but rare times do I do that. David Hustle, have you got one of those night robots? What's a night robot? Are you talking about like the sweeper cleaning things? I don't know if my dog would like that. Vince, regarding the live tracks, especially Cosmic Tears, those live drums. All right, so I have been doing, my first record came out 31 years ago now. And I had tracks scattered from different records and different sessions with different players and different sounding kits and different bass players and stuff. And it was driving me nuts when I'd go to do a clinic. And I've heard sound guys complain about it at clinics and stuff like, bring, drastically different EQ and different volume levels. So you can either try and master that stuff, or what I did was I went back in and programmed everything that I use so I have, I think 39 songs that I swap out on Tuesday nights. I know some of you are going, wait, you play the same songs. Some of the same songs I have to play to get myself motivated to do it, to play right. but I either songs that were programmed drums. I took those and I changed them to one particular kit. So I have on for my backing tracks, it's the same drum kit and it's the same bass module sound. It's a Superior Drummer 3, and it's a kit that I kind of tweaked together, and then it's Easy Bass for the bass sound. And then for anything that's real piano right now, it's Keyscape, and everything else I convert it as a wave file, like any kind of percussion, strings, um, synth kind of sounds. Those are all bounced down as a wave file. And so I have one giant session with all MIDI files and the different tempos of the songs. And so it's one drum kit. So if you're playing with a live drummer, he's not changing the drum kit every song. Bass changes a little bit, but I'm using the same bass sound for all my tracks. And what I did also to make it interesting, I have some where the drums are everything sounds like it's in a small club, padded and towels over the drums. And then I have some where with a different kit and it's like in a big arena kind of thing. So I can swap them out when I want and get a different feeling on a Tuesday night if I want to do that. I haven't done that totally yet with the acoustic songs. I'm getting the process of doing that, of redoing everything. So basically I had to take anything that was live drums, I had to either reprogram, play, or get someone else to play on a MIDI kit, or convert it with Superior Drummer has the convert live drums to acoustic drums. I mean to programmed drums, to MIDI drums, and the same thing with bass. In fact, Jeff Eason was on here. Jeff's playing on a couple of things. I think one or two songs that I had him play into his iPhone along with the track, and I took that bass and converted it into an easy bass to a MIDI track, and then using the easy bass module, not because it was a bad sound, just because I wanted to be more consistent volume and tone wise throughout the entire set. Hope that answers your question, Vince. I did the same thing with Mark Epstein. I had him play in God We Trust. Oh, I should do, yeah, let me do something that shows you that. Devin, you mentioned real drive pedals. Does it work the same in front of? Yes. My experience has been in front of the Fractal, every Fractal unit I've had. Put everyone since XFX 2. If you put a real drive pedal in, it works very well. If you have the amp that's in it that's supposed to react that same way, it works really well. Thank you, Rosie. Contemplator. Is that what it is? Is it Contemplator? Got me trying to think now, like looking at a license plate. Sure. I'm glad I could help. Oh, the zebra, the white zebra coat. Cool. Thank you, Sabrina. Roomba. Is that what you meant, or did you meant like one of those robot microphone movers? I do not have one of those. Oh, Jamie, cool. Very cool. Thank you. All right. So I wanted to get into. I wanted to get into the last thing I'll get into is the virtual capo. Yeah, Vince, you had the same problem. Re-recording tunes. Yep, for tonal consistency. Um, yeah, I think it's key. If you can do it, great. It's a lot of work. It took a long time before I got it together. Now I have a system, so it's a little bit easier, but still takes a lot of work. All right, so virtual capo. I have a song on. The song that I started this today with is called Tunnel, and let me play a little at first. So this song has here is normal pitch. Uh, And with virtual capo on, now, if you hear the microphone, you'll hear the when I have the virtual capo on, you'll hear the strings ring, and they aren't going to be in the normal pitch. But if you're playing loud enough, and I take if I take off the microphone, so just as if I was playing loud enough, or when I have my in ears in, you won't hear that pitch. So it definitely works. I've heard people complaining about it, but it works really well. As long as you're not monitoring, as long as you can block out hearing the strings right below you, which is not an easy task to do. But if you're playing rock and roll, you can. You definitely can. So anyway, I have a song on my first record called "In God We Trust," and it's done on a double neck that has a D neck on it, so 2 frets lower. So the whole thing's tuned a whole step lower. And on a regular guitar, on that guitar is played here. If I play that without the virtual capo on, it's this. So for me, it works great. I'll play that song. It's a little tricky because I do have to switch in the solo section. I do not do the solo section drop down. I do the solo section in normal pitch, which it goes. So it has to go from sorry. To I gotta remember myself. I'm gonna have a grape so I can remember. All right. That's hard to do without actually changing presets with my foot. To go from that to. There it is. I remember. Let's see. All right, contemplator. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, man. Actually, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but thank you, contemplator. Tonight, I think 9 o'clock Eastern time. Hopefully, if I can get the technology together, Jeff Eason and Charlie LeMay and I will be playing a little bit. And then tomorrow night is the Nags party, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah. Let's see. What amp settings are you using to keep it consistent throughout? I'm using all my lead and crunch tones are the 1987 X Jump Plexi. This is it right here. If you go back, I don't know if you saw the beginning, but if you go back, I went through some details on both the XFX3 and the FM3. But I'll go into it a little bit here. I have a 1973 Plexi here, Jump Plexi, and then I have a 64 Tremolux right there. And so those are my main amps when I use live. Those are my main amps I use live in the same cabinet as well. Sometimes I substitute the clean sound. I have 3 other choices. The Tremolux is the main one. The Deluxe Reverb I started using recently. And then I used to use the Vibralux, but I've changed that to the Keith Urban Tweed. Did that a while ago. And so I use those in my main amps. But 90% of the time, live, it's the Tremolux for clean and the Jump Plexi for crunch, and then a boost in front of the Jump Plexi for lead. So if I take off, here is the same amp without the boost, the fast boost in front. If I put the drive on, that's my rhythm sound. If I put the drive on, it's my lead sound. There's nothing else on it, actually. It's a delay. The delay has slight modulation in it. So that's what I use. I use the Jump Plexi. Those are my settings right there. The treble drive is a 7. The normal drive is a 6. Bass is a 2. Of course, this makes a difference with the cabinet, which cabinet you use. The only advanced setting that I use is I change the bright cap. The bright switch is on, and the bright cap is at 125, way lower than where it is stock. I think that's it. And Paul, yes, the feed will stay up. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, it's glitchy. I saw some people saying that it was glitchy on Facebook, but not on YouTube. So it'll stay up for a while. Hopefully, it won't be glitchy on the playback. I'm not sure what's going on. Hey, Bill Edwards. Paul, you're guessing no latency? There's no latency going in that I feel going into FM3 or the XFX3. I think, the state of modeling has gotten pretty good the last few years. Yeah, from the little Line 6 HX Stomp to the Helix, the what's the other one? The Head Rush, of course, the Fractal, the Kemper. They're all. I mean, everybody's using them. A lot of people. When I'm on the festivals and nobody knew what an Axe-Fx was, they're like, What is that?" And now when I do big shows, there's going to be quite a few different models. You see a Helix, you see lots of Fractals, um, see Kempers, um, but more and more. And it's definitely not alone at any festival I've done in the last 3 or 4 years. All right. Any other last minute questions while I wolf down another grape? I see no questions, so I'm going to chew in your ear here. Paul, I have in-ears by Ears out of Florida. Just the people that make, let me see if I can call them up. These are my studio monitoring ones because they were close by. I produce other artists as well, so most of them, I have a, this is a studio, and on my board I use an old school mixing board. Are my in-ears that are like high fidelity studio monitors. That's what these are right here. But normally for live, I use. It's on the same feed here. Same thing. Here's. Yeah, these guys. In-ears audio is what I use for live most of the time. Just occasionally I forget, or if I'm on one side of the studio and these are closer, I end up using these, which are the Ultimate Ears. They make, I've had these longer. Ultimate Ears. Is that what it's called? Ultimate Ears? And it can't be because it's not moving. Oh, there it is. Yep, Ultimate Ears by Logitech. I was supposed to do a project with Stuart Copeland, and they gave us the royal treatment because it's Stuart Copeland. The royal treatment comes out when you're hanging with Stuart Copeland, and they're great. And I chose the monitors, the studio monitoring ones, and I use those when I travel and doing travel production. I don't know what their 5 sounds. Not. I don't know which one's it's called. It's just the studio reference. That's what it's called. The studio reference ones. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Which ones it is? Actually, they might have discontinued the ones I use. I don't know. It's one of those. It's the studio. I think it was called the studio reference ones. And I like the way they fit for. I mean, not fit the way they sound for production. For when I have to be monitoring acoustic guitars and vocals and violins and keyboards and stuff like that. It's still moving. Oh, lost connection. All right. I'm not sure if I'm still on. I guess I might be still on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you had a good time. I hope you got something out of this.